Welcome to Chasing Growth. Today we continue talking about leadership, and I want to talk about the three areas that every leader should pay attention to all the time. They should stay focused on this. This should be your job number one. And those three areas are people, process, and result. When I talk about people, I'm referring to the environment, to the culture. The leader is responsible for the culture. Maybe you have been promoted and all the people who's reporting to you was already there. You have to create an environment in such a way that you can present it to them. You can present the vision, how things gonna be, how you're gonna function, how you're gonna deal with problems. So people have the opportunity to buy into your vision. If not, you also have to provide a way for them to get out. Or sometimes you have to fire them. If you are creating an environment, a culture, and you have people going against it, the rest of the team will see it. And if you don't do anything about it, all what you're trying to build, it won't happen. The second thing is process. You have to pay attention to the process. You cannot be lazy. You cannot be somebody who just sit back and see things happen. You have to be critical. Critical thinking into your process. You have to try to figure out better ways. I like to say, make it better. No, don't have the attitude, if it's not broken, why to fix it? If you think that way, you will become the next blockbuster. You know, nobody remember blockbuster. Nobody remember who they were because they were not willing to be critical about their own process, and they disappear. So you don't want to become that. You have to be very critical of your process, of how you're doing things. Can things be simple? Do we need technology? Do we need to change this or that? Do we need to stop doing this and start doing something different? And finally, results. Result, it will be able to tell you if you have the right environment, the right people, and if you have the right process. You can think that you have the right process, and you may think that you have a great environment, but if the results are not what you're expecting, you probably don't have any of those. So results are part of this equation. You cannot put them aside. You need to have good results. If you're not having good results, you have to go back to the whiteboard and figure out the process. You have to go back to yourself as a leader and ask yourself, do I have a good environment? The result will be what it tell you the truth about how is your environment, how are your processes. So one of the things that you have to pay a lot of attention to when it's about environment is who you bringing in. Let's say you're working hard. You have been working hard. You have been working hard creating a great environment and creating great processes, and you're happy and you're getting the results. And you have to hire somebody. You are one person away to destroy everything, to destroy all you have been working so hard. So you have to somehow bring that environment, that culture, that behaviors, the way that you do things to the interview. It's not enough for somebody to know, have the technical abilities or the skills to do the job. A lot of things can be taught, but attitude or the way you do things cannot be taught many times. So you need to find the right person. You have to bring that to the interview. You have to pay attention to that. Or you can bring that one person that will take your ministry, your church, your company down, your culture down, your process down, your results down. So pay attention to the interview and who you're bringing to your company. Let me give you an example of that to make it very clear. For me, making it better is very important. So in interviews, I will ask people about how the last company or the church or the ministry, whatever they were working, is better because they were there. A lot of time people struggle with that question, but many times when you find the right person, they will tell you, well, they're better because I did this, because I contribute this way. And for me, that's a good people for the type of environments I like to create. But if that's not your case, and if you're having you cannot find that person, it's better to keep looking, to have an empty desk to bring the wrong person. So let's recap. Great people, great process, great result. The only person responsible for that is the leader. Great people, the environment, the culture, how we do things, the behaviors, how we relate to one another. The process, critical mindset to the process, how to make it better, looking for simple ways to do it, try to do it with less, Do we need technology for this? Do we need to change the technology? Can we make it faster? And result, are we getting what we want? Are we getting the income, or are we getting the amount of people or the amount of traffic that we need? Those things are only responsibility of the leader, and you have to work hard on them. You always got to keep it right in front of you every day. Be careful with getting lost into the everyday work, in the mundane, in what other people is doing. This is your job. This is your responsibility. I hope you like this video. If you do, please like and subscribe. And also feel free to send emails and questions to the email address on the screen. I will be happy to try to answer on these videos the different questions. And we continue growing together, chasing growth.